Hey everybody. I figured you missed me after a month, so I might as well do the first video and put my face in it for a minute. Um, but obviously, I miss you guys as well. We were on a pretty good roll for the last month or two before we had to stop and leave school here. So definitely miss being able to talk with you guys and have some fun in the class while we're learning. But then, of course, I think we're all doing the right things, trying to be at home, trying to be safe, for ourselves and our loved ones. And, my heart goes out to all of you guys. I hope, everybody's doing well, family's good. And if there's anything you need to talk about, obviously, whether it's about school or anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. And, even if it's something I can't help you with, I'm sure I can try to locate the right avenue for you to deal with that. So really what I'm going to do here today is just kind of explain what today's assignment is about. I mean, really, I'm posting this on Monday. I'm not going to see you guys until uh, check my schedule, Thursday at 1 o'clock. Um, and I'll put up instructions Thursday morning of how that class time is going to work. Um, So basically, if I would just suggest get started on this assignment during the course of the week, it's designed to be done in that 2 hour block that you have with me. So that's my hope is that really this is something you guys can complete within the 2 hours. So if you end up having to wait until Thursday at 1, that's okay. Um, it's just if you want to at least look through it a little bit so that you if you are going to have any questions, I can address those for you during that time period. Because I know I'm going to set up like a Google Meet, and you can find me in there. All right. So uh, if you're just watching this for the first time on Thursday, welcome. Here we are working on the assignment. So I'm just going to take you through the directions for this. It's pretty straightforward. I would think back to which assignment did we do this with? Oh, I'm blanking on it now all of a sudden, but I'll remind you of it. We've done something very similar with this. I'm just struggling to remember at the moment. Um, Before you complete this assignment, though, you'll see on Classroom that I posted a link to a Google form, and on that form is like a 1 or 2 minute video that talks about what are called NGOs. That stands for non-governmental organizations. And what we're going to do for a good portion of the rest of the year is move to the resolution side of human rights. And, we've talked a lot about the conflicts and the problems that people have. Um, now it's time to shift our focus and talk about, well, how do we advocate for ourselves? How do we fix those problems in society? All right. Um, that was probably enough of my face after a month. So I'm going to turn the webcam off and then just show you the directions and give you a couple examples as we go. All right. So this is what's going to be posted in Google Classroom. As you can see, you're going to look through the tasks that are underneath that table you see and create a Google Slides. The link for each, the link next to your name will take you to the homepage of your NGO. And that's going to be where you can get, I would say, 90 to 95% of the information for this assignment. One thing the school told us, or the district told us, is that any work we assign, the due date is Friday, basically. So for you guys, that's like 24 hours. And look, if you need beyond 3 p.m., I don't think you need beyond this 2 hour time block. But I understand family obligations and things come up. If you need additional time, please don't hesitate and let me know. Um, you can partner up with this assignment. I didn't want to assign partners just because I don't know what's going on for everybody. But if you do want to work with somebody, if that'll be easier for you, or you're just looking for more social contact, you know, from your own home, don't go over there and visit your friend to work on this. Um, you can work with somebody and then just tell me which one that you're going to pick. Just email me. So, for example, if Paul and Olivia decide to work together, let me know between these two, which one you decided as a pair to research and work on. All right. What's going to go on the slides is pretty straightforward. It's all right here. Okay. Um, the history of the NGO. Okay. So what's the background? Where did it start? Why? Maybe talk about who the founders were. If the story relates to maybe their personal experience with a human rights issue, maybe that's the reason why they started this. Let us know. Who's in charge today, currently? So look up the names of two of the leaders, at the top, and just describe who they are, what's their background. Were they, a lot of these heads of these NGOs are lawyers in the past, but some aren't. Some come from the medical field, some have a political background. Um, you know, it's always good to know who's running the show with these things. You're going to tell us about the mission statement. All right. Pretty much on all these websites, you'll see something called at the top called mission statement or an about us section. This will give you the background that you need for this section. If you don't see one of those on the websites, that would be Kemba barking, banging on the door that I have closed to this room because he wants to be on the video. But sorry, Kemba, maybe next time. Um, if they don't have one of these sections, then as you look through and learn about what this organization does, just use that to describe what their mission statement would be. And then you're going to finish by talking about two issues that they're focused on right now. Explain each event, what is the issue, who's being affected, how, and explain what they are currently doing or what they would like to do to address the issue. I'll tell you now that pretty much all of these organizations have some angle that they're working on COVID-19. Um, you're under no obligation, obviously, to talk about that. You will see that on their websites, of course, whether it's for people to donate or to add, help in any way that they can. Um, but that certainly is not an issue that I'm expecting everybody to talk about. If you want to, of course you can. So, as you see, I just kind of picked ones for people, and I'll show you this. I'll use the VEC as an example. So if I click on the Cure Violence link, that'll take us to the home page, and at the top, okay, you see two things: the big idea, right? This is going to be a little bit as a background issue, right? This is kind of their, you could tie this in a little bit to their mission statement as you go through, and you're starting to see already that they're talking about violence in communities. If we click on the who we are, okay, as you scroll down, this is going to be, again, more background on the history, okay, and also you see a little clue here. Sorry about that. Their mission, all right. And again, you keep scrolling and you start to learn right there, right, about the history of the organization, when they started, where and why, um, what we do, where we work, impact. This is going to start getting you closer to looking at the issues. All right, so all of you, the websites are different, but you're going to see things labeled very similar to this. Um, I have a rubric here. Obviously, you're not handing it in. I just left that for when I do this assignment next year. Oh, look, you can watch me fix my grammatical errors. Audience can still look at that. All right, fixing it live. Um, you're obviously not presenting this to anybody, but I want you to still make the slides, because the one thing that goes along with advocacy and resolving things with human rights is being able to speak on the issue in some way and to present your side of an issue or a story. So I always like to do this from a presentation aspect, especially because a lot of the issues that they're focused on, there are, data, whether it's maps or charts, there are images that are um, valuable for us to understand the mission of these organizations more. So You can look through the rubric. I mean, I always say with every class, just look at the four column, right? Everybody wants an A. So the only thing you have to do is look at the column that's highlighted underneath four, and that'll tell you what you have to do. You'll be able to submit this on Google Classroom. Again, by Friday, be creative with it. Use pictures, use text. Um, you don't want to overload it with text. It's not an essay, but you also know that you're not speaking this to me, so you do have to have a little bit more text, perhaps than normal. Um, there's no minimum on slides. Slides. A slideshow is like a book, right? Nobody sits down to write a book and says, "Oh, this has to be 174 pages." Um, it it's as long as it needs to be. Okay, so same thing for your slides. If it takes you 2 slides to talk about the history, nothing wrong with that. Um, so make it, submit it. If you have questions for me, if you're working on it before Thursday, shoot me an email. That's no problem. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys during our little window Thursday and getting to talk to you and getting to work on some schoolwork a little bit. All right. Take care, everybody. Good luck. Talk to you soon.